chat, man. All right, Emilio, let's do this. One last topic. We'll make this kind of a rapid fire segment. I want to give some love to Keyshawn Nixon. NFL Stats tweeted this out. Most passes defended through 11 weeks. Now, I'm assuming this is a pass breakup, most passes defended, right? Now, maybe that means also hitting the receiver as the ball gets there. Maybe that's what a pass defended is as opposed to a PBU. But nonetheless, Keyshawn Nixon is tied for the lead in the league with 14, with DJ Turner II also having 14. 2 behind them is Quinyon Mitchell. And then Michael Jackson has got 11, along with Tyson Campbell, Derek Stingley Jr., Joey Porter Jr., and Tyke Smith. So Keyshawn Nixon, man, one of only 2 guys with 14 pass breakups. I know he's not the perfect corner, but, man, he continues to impress me, man. I did not expect him to play this good on the outside when we moved him there.
Here's the guy.
He's been crushing it. He's gotten his opportunity. He's making the most of it. I remember when we were talking about we were mad that we paid him $6 million to be a kick returner, right? Or and you get people upset that we even paid him that. Dude has been our number one outside corner out there, and he was talking in his presser every playoff game he's played in since he's been here. Carrington was on his side. CV gets those reps. I think he thinks he's a dog as well. You got to have a little bit of attitude when you're corner. And I think just a little bit more of that came out when Ja was on his way out, that, okay, Keyshawn can have a little bit of that jaw, but still back it up and play. We remember he got burnt on a couple wheels. He got burnt on a couple cover one mans. You're going to have that. And it's also the thing of, hey, corners are, I think Halfley said it, or you can play 60 snaps perfectly. If there were 63 on, defensive snaps and you gave up 2 catches and, you missed a pick, all those 3 are, everyone's watching you. They don't care that you made 5 tackles before on outside runs and all that stuff. Those 3 plays are what you're going to be remembered for. And he's been able to get his hands on the ball. If you can be around the ball, good things will happen.
Mm-hmm. Chuck Gagger's in here professing his love for me. He says, Clay, I love you so much. And maybe I'm wrong. I'm glad to be wrong, but I'm not a fan at all with, I think he's saying Keyshawn at cornerback.
With Key at cornerback, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't expect this, Chuck. Maybe it's something that I had lower standards than most fans. I honestly, when they said he was moving outside, I was like, man, I don't know how long this is going to last. And you guys heard me. I was going, all right, we signed Nate Hobbs. Let's get Carrington out there in place of Keyshawn. If it ain't a fit, then let him go back to returning kicks. But I've been pleasantly surprised with how he played. But he does say in key big moments, quarterbacks look for Key and throw his way. There's no doubt about that. As a matter of fact, I've got some numbers here. Let me drop this down. And he has been targeted, I think, 58 times. So, and that's a very good point, because that's typically a good indicator of how quarterbacks respect the corner or not, whether they're willing to throw their way, right? So when you break it down here, where is he? Right here. So Keyshawn Nixon, 58 targets, 34 catches. What's hurting his passer rating when targeted is the 3 touchdowns he's given up. Now, keep in mind, this is GPS tracking. So when you go watch the tape, maybe all 3 of those weren't on him. Hell, maybe there was a couple extra that were on him that he wasn't closest to him, but he blew a coverage, right? That could be the case as well. But he's got a 96 passer rating when targeted. That's tied for 109th in the league. You're probably going, damn, 109th best corner? That's all DBs, okay? So they don't differentiate on NFL Pro between corners and safeties. Typically, your safeties are at the top of the list. So what you want to throw into effect here is it's 1, 2, both safety positions, right? And then 3 for the top corner, okay? So if that's the case, and he's ranked, 110th?
Be out of 96 then, right?
If we divide that by 3, that would make him probably somewhere around the 36th best corner in terms of not corner, corner, I guess you could say 36th best corner in terms of passer rating when targeted, just generally speaking, right? I didn't expect that. Mm-hmm. I expected this dude to be like, he's probably going to be on the bench by the end of the year. I don't know if it's just knowing that he's got that luxury of having that extra defender that is the out of bounds line next to him, that he plays a little bit better, but he's definitely playing better outside than he did in the slot. And I don't think it's anything like what Coach Lynn is saying, K9 Espasi. I don't think it wasn't want to or hustle, right? It's just I don't know. I didn't expect him to be a natural outside corner. I'm happy with the way he's played, especially for the $6 million against the cap. You can't beat that. That's good money spent.
Yeah, because if you're including DBs as like you said, corners and safeties, a starting position for each of them, there's 128 spots right there. What's he 109 on that one? So he's a starting secondary player. If you want to look at just a number one, okay, he's 109. But out of 96, he's just on the outside being a number two. So either way you slice it, dude's basically a starting corner. Whereas, before, I'm just glad we brought him over from the Raiders. Really, it's him, Jacobs, Raiders. Basically, we got a couple key cogs from them, and you look back at it and say, hey, that was a good pickup. Yeah, right at the moment when he first started, it wasn't great. But like Coach Lynn was saying here too, he's come a long way. That's the truth. He has come a long way for being an outside corner. And like Jen was saying, it's still his first full year at outside corner as well. Bingo. So there's just a lot of things that have been changing for him. Kind of like Bull, you get him moving around. You had Key in the slot, outside, in the slot, outside. Give him a spot, let him feel comfortable at it, and it's paid off. We're you're kind of getting rewarded with it, which is huge because we were screaming all offseason, we need a corner, we need a corner. We didn't even touch it in the draft.
Right.
We didn't even touch it. So until the 7th round. So that's where you say, hey, you got to have confidence in your players at some point. You can't always get a piece of duct tape and patch a hole in the boat.
Right. Chuck says a big facts, Clayton. He's hitting above his weight class, but real wide receiver make him look pedestrian. And that's the thing too, is like, as you get a little deeper into the year, Chuck, maybe Hafley's going to start looking at it like, okay, Carrington's our best corner. So why don't, when we come out in these cover 6 looks, why don't we throw the 2 side to Carrington's side? Because we've seen him almost carry a little bit, no pun intended, on the Evan Williams interception. Like he'll break off of that and make plays. Keyshawn doesn't quite do that at that level. So why not have him on the cover 4 side so he doesn't have to do so much, right? And I'd have to look at the numbers. Maybe they're already doing that, right? But, and Chuck went on to say, sorry, it wasn't supposed to be a dunk session. No, absolutely, man. No, I know it wasn't. And again, I think you make great points. I'm not saying he's like a true number 1 corner. I just think I had such low expectations that I'm like pleasantly surprised with what he's done. Now, we say one of the big keys to determining whether a corner is good or not is these offensive coordinators, are they testing them, right? If they're testing them, they probably ain't got a whole lot of respect for them. That holds up here with Key. He's been targeted 58 times. That's 5th most in the league amongst all DBs, okay? Mike Jackson, another guy on that list with pass breakups, he's got targeted 59 times. So maybe the pass breakups is more along the lines of he's getting targeted a lot. That's why he's got more pass breakups, and that's something you need to take into effect too. So, again, I think he is playing – if you had to grade him, Emilio, poor, below average, right? Average, above average, good, very good, great, or elite, kind of in that, where would you put him? Would you say he's an average corner? Because I feel like he's at least above average.
Yeah, I was going to say good. I was going to say good. He's definitely – I feel like he's at the top of above average, if anything. I feel like he's a good corner. He's got that dog mentality. He's not afraid of contact. He's not afraid to get in your face. You can't have somebody that's going to walk, you can't have the dude that's been sitting on the side of the bench all year. You walks out there, dude's got butterflies in his stomach, can't even make a play, scared. You got grills of Justin Jefferson sitting across from you. You're getting blinded by that, and you can't cover the dude. That's an issue. You know what I mean? So I love that Key doesn't back down. You get up in his face you want to be the best, you want to play against the best, and he has that mentality. I think you got to be able to lean in on that.
Yeah, Joe Pack Joe says K9 would have been a hell of a DB in the 90s. He ain't scared to hit. That's a very good point. He plays the game. Now, listen, I'm not trying to say Keyshawn should be compared to a Hall of Famer, but there was 2 different styles of corners in the 90s, right? You had your Deons that didn't hit a lot, but boy, they were amazing as a shutdown corner. You had your Rod Woodsons, who were very physical. Keyshawn plays more along the line of a Rod Woodson, right? Willing to hit. And obviously Rod switched to safety later. Maybe that's something that might be good for Key later in his career too, is to play safety. I could see him being one of those hard-hitting safety types too. So, but yeah, it's just really interesting to kind of dive into that stuff. And again, I'm happy with what he's done up to this point. Somebody else mentioned something in the chat. Gosh, think I had it more. Here we go. Older than dirt. I am too, by the way. He was in position for a pick Sunday. I love his attitude and effort. Again, we talked about that. Xavier McKinney unfortunately flashed that arm in front of him, trying to make a play on the ball.
Yep.
If Keyshawn picks that pass off in the end zone with that red zone interception, boy, oh boy, we're talking about, okay, maybe he's taking the next step, right? And
that's the other thing. Looking at his numbers, Clay, what's that interception column? Yeah, he's got 3 touchdowns, but he's got no picks. I mean, that's going to give him a boost right there. Everybody else, I mean, half the other people got 1, 2, 3. I mean,
right.
We just need the turnovers. The whole defense, not just Key. The whole defense needs them. We need to have that. That needs to be a part of this team. It needs to and it's going to come in. It's a game of runs. It's going to come in bunches. And when it starts happening, we're going to be excited because they're going to start rolling in.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. So there you go. There's just a little look at Keyshawn. I wanted to hit that because I thought it was interesting that stat came up, and now he's back in the lead for pass breakups. And again, I know some of it has to do with the fact that he's getting targeted a lot. But I want to know what you guys think about it. It's been a great conversation with the chat. If you guys are watching this video back later, let us know in the comments. How do you feel about Keyshawn Nixon? Would you say he's a number 1 corner? Would you say he's a number 2 corner? Maybe you think he's not even a number 2 corner. He's a backup caliber corner. Let us know in the comments. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, and click that bell icon so you're notified when we go live here in the future. Deadfish says above average. We'll see how he does this week. Amen. Mm-hmm. That's fair. That's very fair.
Right. Said good. Mm-hmm. Jason Y said, I love that K9 gets in wide receivers' heads.
He does. And listen, I got to be real with you, though, Jason. I bet I've said at least 6 or 7 times this season at the top of my lungs, Keyshawn, shut the hell up. Like you're going to get flagged.
He's screaming at the TV, man. He's over here. What happened?
I am so nervous, man, because he jaws so much. I'm like, when he gets flagged, y'all are going to hear me rant because it's coming. But, again, he does get in their head, and that's just how he plays the game, man.
Yeah, it's part of it. It's part of it.
Yeah, Jason Wise loving it. I'm over here pulling my hair out. So,
Clay, you were a trash talker, and come on now. I know you were trash talking when you were out there.
No. I did not talk trash, but I had a hell of a temper. Like I was the dude that I wasn't going to say anything, but if you ran your mouth to me, oh yeah, dude, you're getting ear hole.
Yeah. If
you square around the bunt, my eyes would go. The peripheral would catch up that square around the bunt. My eyes would go from the mitt right to the ear hole. And going into second, it's okay for me to take you out in a double play, but you better not get your cleats nowhere near me. I'm ready to fight. Like I was a spoiled brat in that regard, man. Yeah. I didn't talk, but boy, I got mad so easy.
I used to talk a little bit of smack, Clay. That's how you get in the head, man. That's how you get in the head.
Ever play this game?
Well, yeah. Well, that and in lacrosse, I mean, sitting there on defense, you got your guy, right? So you're sitting there, you just kind of got your stick on. You're just kind of making sure he's there. When the ball's in the offensive end, you're just kind of standing there. So you got to, you just got to, dude, what's up with those socks you got on right there? I mean, that was the last time you washed those things. It was just like, you just a little bit, just get them thinking.
Yeah. It's funny too, because there's a guy, I won't mention his name because I know his name too, because he's one of my favorite opponents in high school. He played for a rival team, Kwood. And anytime somebody got a hit and they came around, if they made it to second, I played short. If I played shortstop, I'd let them know, hey man, good hit, man. Good hit. Like, I love people who played the game the right way. And listen, we're going to get your ass out next time, but good hit, right? Just good sportsmanship, right? And it's funny because he said he told his mother, who ran a business back home in the town I lived in, and he went to high school about 30 minutes away, which we played them as rivals. And I went into her business one day. She said, my son just absolutely adores you. He says you're one of his favorite opponents. You're real respectful. This and that. I was like, I appreciate that, whatever, And it was funny too because his teammate was one. I about got into a fist fight over him taking me out at second. So it's like you play the game the right way. I was happy with it. You know what I mean? I got along with people.
Yep.
But if I felt like you were a pretty boy, and this boy was, I want to say his name so bad. His teammate was such a pretty boy, and of course I beat him out for all district that year. So
yeah. Oh yeah, no, yeah, and it's not like I didn't. I mean, it was just a little smack talk here and there. I love to. I mean, I wanted to hit people. Trust me, seeing snot bubbles was what we were looking for. So, you back it up with the play, you back it up with the scoreboard for sure. But you got to just get in the head a little bit, just a little bit.
Absolutely. 2 over this says, I'm too uncoordinated to play baseball. I accidentally kicked a guy in the face, sliding to third. That's the way you're supposed to do it, though. Go in there, Spock's up, man. You know what I mean? You're good. But it's funny you say that because when it came to baseball, I was coordinated. I could put just enough pressure with one finger on the ball to get the proper spin pitching. It was just you put me. I mean, you get me out there trying to play a guitar or something. Oh my God, I am so.
I'll bring the sticks up next time. We can play catch. We'll play some lacrosse out in the yard.
Oh my God, there ain't no way. I don't know if I could do that. I probably could pick it up a little bit.
Yeah, you could.
That's field hockey, right?
Yeah. It's just standing up field hockey. Yep.
Jason Wine to chess is a couple of my closest friends. I got into fights fifth when I first met him. It's funny you say that. First baseman, name's Travis. Shout out to Travis. We ran into each other, unfortunately, at a funeral the other day. It's been a couple of months ago now. One of Mandy's family members passed away. He came to the funeral, and it wasn't 48 hours later, me and Mandy were like, let's go check out the casino. We'd never been to the casino here locally. We went to the casino. I'm at the bar. Somebody comes up behind me, starts rubbing on me on my shoulders and stuff. I'm like, all right, who is this? And I turned around. So I knew I smelled your cologne, you creeper. So it was Trav. We hated each other. When we first met, we got into a fight in an all-star. We were on the same team, Little League All-Stars. We got into a fight. It was Little League All-Stars. We got into a fight in the dugout, and our coaches had to break us up. Hated each other. Ended up being best friends. So Same thing, Jason. Same, man.
That's how it happens.
Yep. All right. Enough killing time here. We're done. Emilio, I appreciate your time tonight, man. Anything else you want to hit before we wrap up?
No, man. We got big divisional here, another divisional in a few days after. That's it. That's season starts, like Belichick says, after Thanksgiving.
Yes.
I'm going to say the week before right now because it's important the way the schedule is laid out now.
Yeah, definitely. We appreciate you, Jason. Thank you so much, man. Everybody in here, thank you all for hanging out with us. Chuck Jaggers, # thanks, Mandy. Thanks, Mandy. Appreciate you, huh?
Thank you, Mandy.
So, yeah, y'all probably see her before me. She ain't talking to me, right? But we'll be back tomorrow, guys, 6 p.m. Central for PTA Live. If any news breaks during the day, I'll jump on and chat with you guys about it. Hopefully we get Jaden Reed back to practice today. He wasn't back out there. We were kind of holding out a little hope that he would after the tweet and everything yesterday. I think we're really close. It might be another game, though, before we see him out there. We originally said Thanksgiving, so maybe that's what they're trying to work towards, right? So we'll see what happens. But everybody, thank y'all so much for hanging out. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening. Make sure you hit that like button on the way out. It helps more than you know. And, y'all stay warm out there. Was it warm down your way today?
Was it warm? I was sweating, Clay.
Yeah, I got hot too, man. I started the morning off with the bibs froze to death, and by noon I was sweating. I was stripping off clothes like Jacob on the pole. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But, all right. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Everybody have a great night. Hit that like button for us. And we will do the giveaway tomorrow, I promise. And here's what we got. A jersey card. Josh Jacobs jersey card is pretty sweet, right? A little jersey patch in there. So we'll give that away to one lucky Patreon member or YouTube member here. We'll put everybody's name on the wheel and spin it. So check out our Patreon group, patreon.com/Packer Fan Total Access. The best way to support us here. Everybody have a wonderful evening. Emilio cycled through the phone number and everything. You the man. Look at you.
We try.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
There we go.
Bye, guys.